everybody, Kevin here. Welcome to another episode of Card Sharks on the DOS platform. Haven't played this one in a while, actually 2 months last I checked, and I am going to be starting fresh on this one because the last game I played didn't win, so we are going to do this live. So if you want to play along, please do so, and let's get underway here. So old school, not going to use a joystick. And just gonna be me against a computer player. And last I checked, I was a man. So I do want a different character, and I want a different character again. And when I was a kid playing this game, I used to go with this guy because he had a baseball cap. For no other reason, just that. So, name's in, now the computer's gonna do its thing. Select a character. It's gonna be a female, it's gonna be the old biddy, and the name is going to be Marie, excuse me. All right, let's get started. So the first question goes to me. You know how this game works. Got to win a high-low toss-up question before getting control of the cards. Got to predict whether each card is higher or lower than the one preceding it. Let's begin. First question goes to me. We asked 100 high school teachers. Does a high school principal have the right to search students' lockers without their permission? Now, let me preface this. If you've never seen this before, this was released in the 80s. So the opinions then may not necessarily reflect opinions today. How many said they do have the right to search lockers? I think that if they have a very legitimate reason, such as, in this day and age, weapons. I mean, I hate to bring it up. School shootings have become a normal part of our society, and I hate that. And we really need to do something about it. I don't know what the answer is. People think they have the answers, but there's always debate about it. But weapons, drugs, and things like that, I think if there is a real legitimate suspicion, not just to, single somebody out who's done nothing wrong, but I think some of them, more often than not, would be okay with that. So I'm going to say 62. And Marie is probably going to go lower because of the way this game is programmed. And she does. The actual number of high school teachers who said they do have the right to search lockers is 77. It's higher. All right, so I win that. And my base card is going to be a 9. I'm obviously going to change that. And I get a 4. So we'll go higher than the 4. Get a king, lower than the king, an 8, and I'll freeze right there. I'll play a couple of games of this, depending on how we do here. Next question goes to Marie. I'll play at least 2 games for you. We asked 100 people, are you still paying for gifts you bought last Christmas? How many said they are? She's going to go low on this one and say 41. Well, back in those days, you had layaway and obviously credit cards and things like that. And a lot of people buy extravagant gifts that they can't afford out of their pockets. So, but the others stay within their budget. I guess it's a question of who stayed within their budget, who did not. I am going to say lower. Actual number of people who said they're still paying for gifts they bought last Christmas is 11. All right, so 2 questions in a row for me. And I am going to change that card. Get a better one, hopefully. Deuce ball, let's go higher. And a jack going lower for the first round. There it is. Takes 2 games to win to become the champ. And the next question goes to me. We asked 100 people in Portland, Maine. Would you want your daughter to marry a New York lawyer? How many said they would want them to marry a New York lawyer? Well, I would say if they wanted their daughters to marry rich, marry handsome, I would say, I don't think many would, honestly. You should marry who you want. So I will knock that down to 31 and see what Marie says. Probably higher. And she does go higher. The actual number of people in Portland, Maine, to say they would want them to marry a New York lawyer is 46, so I didn't get that one. All right, so base card is a 9 for Marie. She changes it to a queen, goes lower, gets a 7, and freezes on the 7. The next question will go to Marie. We asked 100 single women, Has a man ever told you he loved you so many times that you actually got sick of hearing it? How many of those single women said they have gotten sick of hearing it? She's going 49. Well, let me tell you, I have dated and I've been in love before Katie, obviously. Um, and I have always made it a point to, if I really love somebody, I always tell them how much I love them. And I admit I've done it pretty often, and they've gotten tired of hearing it. So I gotta think that's true of a lot of people. I'm sorry to say, but I'm going to go higher on this one. The actual number of single women who said they have heard it too many times is sometime is 44. So we were right in the ballpark, and she wins that question. She's got a 7 and is going to change it and gets another 7, goes lower, and gets a king. Free chance at the cards for me. I cannot change that 10 since I did not win the question. I will go lower, though, and get a 7, and I will freeze. All right, 2 questions down, 2 to go. And the next question goes to me. We asked 100 high school why am I getting the high school questions? We asked 100 high school teachers, when you were a kid, did you ever get caught cheating on a test in school? How many teachers said they did? You know, I cheated on a couple of tests. I'll be the first to admit. As a matter of fact, the freshman and sophomore years, I cheated on 2 math tests, copying somebody else. And much to the lack of my knowledge, the teacher, Mr. Nye was his name, and missed him terribly. He's passed away now. He caught me both times. What he did was he didn't give everybody the same test. So little did I realize that the answers I was copying was the answers to another test. So he had me twice. And he was so merciful and gracious every time, and probably more than I deserved, honestly. But that really lit a fire in my ass, and decided to, hey, being honest, not cheating, it was a lesson learned, for sure. And now, as an admin at MVG Productions, I am very I am very anti-cheating, and I have caught people doing it, and they have been suspended for it. I hate it when it happens because we want everybody to play legitimately. So anybody watching from MVG, eyes on you. Anyway, teachers getting caught cheating. I think some have, yeah. I'll go to 55. And Marie is going to say lower. The actual number of high school teachers who said they did get caught cheating is 9. I think there's a bunch of lying going on there. So Marie has control of the card, still has that 7. Changing it, gets a queen this time, goes lower, it gets a 3, going higher, gets a king, and to tie the match, a 10. Okay, so we are going to the rubber match, and in the show, you get 3 cards to play with. We got to play a full 5 here. The question is for Marie. We asked 100 wives of congressmen, deep down, do you wish your husband would give up politics? How many said they do? They do wish that their husband would give up politics. She says 59. Some wives, absolutely, I think that they feel that way. Others are in passionate support and probably stand for the same things that their congressman husband do. I'm going to go higher. The actual number of wives of congressmen who say they wish that her husband would give up politics is 17. You know what? I appreciate that. I truly do. All right, so 3 is the base card. She's not going to change it. She's going to go higher and gets a 4. Going to go higher again and gets an ace. Going lower this time and gets a 5. To sweep it, it is another 5. Doubles don't play. All right, I got a chance now. Got a queen. Let's go lower. Get a 3. Going higher. 8. Oh, gosh. Let's go higher. Let's try it. Ah! Got a little aggressive. Okay. My turn. We asked 113-year-old boys. Right now, is your room a mess? How many said it is? Yeah. Let's, I'll say 65. Do I really have to explain that? The actual number of 13-year-old boys who said they have a messy room is 58, so I was right in the ballpark. So we're both still on our base cards, and Maria's not going to change that card. And goes higher, gets an 8, higher, a 10, lower, a 7, and a freeze. Okay. Well, still alive, but hanging on by a very thin thread. Remember, I'll play another game, win or lose. Marie's question, we asked 100 single women, on your very first date, did you give the boy a goodnight kiss? How many said they did give their date a goodnight kiss? She's going pretty high on that one, 71. You know what? I know people who've went on first dates and had sex at the end of the night. That's a high number, so I gotta go with the odds, though, and say lower, because there are some people who don't do that. The number of single women who did give their date a kiss is 65. Okay. So I did win that question. I am not changing that queen. I've got to make a comeback here. Let's go lower. Another queen. Marie has to play the 7. If she gets it right, she wins. She does not. It's time for the fourth and final question. This is the last question of the round. Someone has to win on this play of the cards. Okay, so the question goes to me. We asked 100 single women. Do you believe in making a man wait until at least the second date before he gets a goodnight kiss? How many said they do believe in making a man wait? I'm going to go low on that one and say 44. Let's see what Marie says. She goes higher. For all important control of the cards, the number of single women who said they do believe in waiting until the second date. Lower, and I have it. Okay, so I have quite the conundrum here. I have a queen. I can play that out if I make a mistake. Marie wins the game. If I pass, it goes to Marie. She has to play out that 7, and if she makes a mistake, I win the game. And I have to pass because she's got a bad card, and it's a 50-50 coin toss. So go for it, Marie. She's going lower for the game. It is lower, and she got it. Bad choice on my part. But that's okay. That's one game, but I'm going to play another one. So let's go right into another one right now. And sure, I'll use the same contestants. Why not? So, second game here. Okay, we asked 100 scientists who study the future. Remember, this was released in the 80s. Do you think that by the year 2000, most young couples will just not bother to get married anymore? How many said they think most will not even bother to get married? Well, I will tell you this. When I was a senior in high school, I remember at least 3 of my classmates who were already married, one of whom already had 2 kids with her husband. So, marriage was still a big thing in the year 2000, and I would think that this number would be low. So, I'm going to say 28. And Marie is going to say higher. Number of scientists who study the future said they believe most will not bother to get married is 36. So I was right in the ballpark again. So she has an ace this time as her base card. Definitely not changing that. Going lower gets a 5. Going higher gets a 4. Okay, I have a base card of a deuce. Ace is high, deuce is low. Okay, let's go higher. A queen. Going lower. 7. Higher. Let's go for it. Now I'll freeze. Don't want to push my luck too much. Okay, so the next question is for Marie. We asked 100 male millionaires. Do you worry about money? How many said they do worry about money? She's going low on this and saying 29. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you, I play the lottery, particularly Powerball, if the jackpot is right up there. Not saying that $20 million wouldn't change my life, but I don't spend all my money on gambling like I used to in my 20s. But I think I'd still worry about money, even if I won one of those big billion-dollar jackpots. And I would also be conservative. So I would think more than 29 would worry still about money. Of course, $1 million doesn't go as far as it did then. And I was correct, 54. All right. I got a chance to win this first round. I'm going to change that 8. Hopefully something better coming. It's a 7. Let's go higher, and it's a 10, and I am up 1-0. Okay, so my question for the second round, we asked 100 members of the House of Representatives, are there some countries where communism is actually a better government for the people than capitalism? How many said they think there are countries better off with communism I'm going to stay right there in the middle. Say 50. And the actual number of members of the representatives who say they think there are countries who are better off with communism, 56. And Marie wins that one. And we both have 8s of clubs as our base card. She changes hers and gets a 3 and gets another 3. I have to play that 8 because I did not win the question. I will go lower. And it was higher. Okay, great start. Marie's question. We asked 100 congressmen. Which country is a more serious threat to our security? Red China or the Soviet Union? How many say they think Red China is a more serious threat? 65. I'll go lower because I honestly don't have an opinion on this one. I'm just going to go with the odds. And I am correct. All right. Intuition. It works sometimes. All right. So let's go. I'm going to change that card first of all. And I get another deuce. Let's go higher. King. Lower. Queen. Lower again. 3 to sweep. No! It's a deuce. Bummer. Marie, playing off the 3, goes higher, gets a 7, and freezes. Wow. All right. Question to me. We asked 100 female millionaires. Do you have any friends who are so rich they make you feel poor? How many say they do have much richer friends? Not many, I don't think. I mean, I know there's such thing as, like, millionaires clubs, country clubs, stuff like that. I don't think many do. Let's say 31. Marie is going to say higher, and the actual number of female millionaires who say they do have much richer friends is 45. Okay. So Marie has a 7, and she's going to change it and gets a 3 in its place, and she's going to go higher and gets a deuce. I know the feeling. I'm going to play the deuce and go higher, obviously. 7. Should I try it again? Let's go higher. Jack, lower, come on. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, sudden death time again. So the question will go to Marie. We asked 100 8th grade girls, have you worn a dress in the past week? How many said they have? She's going to say 57. In the last week? What for? Well, I mean, you got church, you got, the occasional wedding and things of that nature. Of course, if I had a daughter, which I do not, I have a son. If I had a daughter, though, and I've told Katie this, that if we had a daughter, that one of 2 things was going to happen. I'm either going to wind up in the nut house or the child is going to wind up in a convent, one or the other. How many say they have worn a dress? I will say lower. Who's going to get control of the cards? Marie will. Missed it by 2. Not bad. She's going to probably pass to me. Yep, kind of figured. Alright, I can't screw up. Let's go higher. Higher again. Lower. And lower for the win. Oh no, we have a tie game again. Alright, rubber match time again, and it's my question. We asked 100 single women. If your best girlfriend had a baby and you thought the baby was really ugly, would you tell her the baby was beautiful? How many said they would tell her the baby was beautiful? Oh, man. I personally haven't met an ugly baby. And I know that I would say, oh, he's so cute. But that's so few and far between. Babies are cute. And no, I'm not a weirdo. All right. Let's go with, I think a lot of them would. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I'll go with 78 because I'm sure there's a few very blunt people out there. Marie's going to go lower. Actual number of single women who said they would tell her the baby was beautiful. 52. Are you kidding me? All right. Well, Marie's base card is going to be a 4, and she's going to play it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. She's going higher, gets a 9, freezes. Keeps me away from my ace. All right, Marie's question. We asked 100 single women. Have you ever had a fit of giggles in the middle of a romantic interlude? How many said they have had a fit of giggles? She's going really high on this one. 88. Katie's had a fit of giggles. And I'm going to go lower. The actual number of single women who said they have had a fit of giggles is 84. All right, I get to play my ace as a base card. Let's see if I can make a dent. Let's go lower. King, lower. 9, and I'll freeze. Okay, next question goes to me. We asked 100 single women, would you marry a man who still slept with his teddy bear? How many said they would? I think some women would find that adorable. And I'm going, but not many will. I would say 33. And Marie's going to go higher. The actual number of single women who said they would marry him for the teddy bear is 36. I was right in the ballpark. All right, so she's got a 9, so do I. She's going to change it, I would think. Gets a queen. Lower than the queen, a jack. Lower again, a king. Okay. I have to play off the 9. Let's go lower. And higher for the win for the money cards. Let's go, finally. Okay. All right, so start with $200 on the bottom level. 3 cards to bet, $50 increments. Second level, $400 of betting money, 3 more cards. Minimum bets, again, $50 till we get to the top card. The big bet, got to wager at least half. And doubles do not play in this game. So if another 9 comes up, for example, it is not a push unless it's on the big bet level. That's how they programmed it. That's not how it goes in the show, but that's what we're working with. And I can change 1 card per line by choosing one of the spare cards, which I'm going to do right now because I don't like that 9. I'll start with number 1, and I get a 4. I will start by betting $150 that the next card is higher. Is it higher than the 4? It is. It's an ace. All right, remember what I said, that if it's another ace, I lose, but I'm going all in. And I'm going to go lower than that ace, and it's a 3. So I double up to $700, and it's a 3, so I will bet $600 that the next card is higher, and it is. Not a bad first level. We take that forward to the next level, give me $1,700 total after adding the $400. I am not going to change that card, and I will bet $1,300 that the next card is higher. And it is. $3,000 now. Not changing that. We've already used an ace. There's still 3 kings up there. Let's go $2,500 and go lower. It's an ace. Okay. So that hurt. So I'm not changing that. I'm going to go all in and go lower. And it's a jack. Not my favorite card in the deck. So an even $1,000, and I'm going to change that. Hope for a better card. Let's go with number 2. It's a 6. I will bet $800 that it's going to be higher for $200 or $1,800. It's going to be $200. Not my best money cards. Oh well. So $200 from the game, $200 for money cards. I have $400 total. We'll take a look then on my leaderboard here, and I'm going to play again and use the same contestants again. Let's play one more time at least. First question goes to me. We asked 100 Australian women, are you afraid to go out alone on the street at night? How many Australian women are afraid to go out alone on the street at night? Of course, I don't know what Australian culture is really like down there. I know there's some crime down there. I'm going to say 60. Why not? Maria's going to say lower. All right, number of Australian women who said they're afraid to go out alone at night is 61. I missed it by 1. Okay. So my base card is going to be a 4, and I am not going to change that. And I'm going to go higher and get a deuce. Marie gets a free shot at the queen, and she's going to go lower and gets a jack. Lower again and gets a 4. Higher and gets a jack, and lower for the sweep. She sweeps it. Okay. All right, so that's 1 down, and I got to win 2 in a row. Next question, first question of round 2 goes to Marie. We asked 100 married men, if you called your wife from work to say you were going to have a drink with your buddies, and she said, you get home right now, would you get right home? Let me read that again. We asked 100 married men, If you called your wife from work to say you were going to have a drink with your buddies and she said, you get home right now, would you get right home? How many said they would get right home? She's going to say 61. And, you know, I don't mean to sound chauvinistic here, but I got to think that there are guys who would do whatever they want regardless of what the wife said. And I know that's true in our relationship sometimes, but Katie and I, we have this very good ability of not arguing with each other as far as like things we want to do and whatnot. Once in a while, I think in the last 2 years, I think she's asked me twice to just come straight home, despite the fact I was not going out to drink with buddies or anything. I don't have any buddies up here except for my brother-in-law. So let's go lower. My future brother-in-law. Sup, Jim? 34 of them would go straight home. Didn't want to be right about that, but I had a feeling I was going to be. So, again, I am not going to change that queen, and let's go lower. Another queen. Jiminy Christmas. Marie gets to play off that deuce and goes higher, gets a 7, and freezes. She wins another one. She's the champ, and my short reign is over. This question goes to me. We asked 100 8th grade girls, when you're grown up, would you like to have a figure like your mother's? How many said they would? I think a lot of women, young women, want to be like their mom. They emulate their mothers. So I'm going to go high on that one and say 75. And Marie's going to go lower. The actual number of 8th grade girls who said they would like their mother's figure is 24. Wow, okay. I guess I didn't factor in the fact that maybe they don't think their mom's that good looking. Changes her 7, Marie doesn't get to 10 and goes lower, doesn't get it, gets a queen. I get a free shot. Let's go lower. Another missed call. Okay, to Marie. We asked 100 men at the beach, have you ever gone skinny dipping in the ocean? How many said they have gone skinny dipping? 47? No, I think that's higher. Actual number of men at the beach who said they have gone skinny dipping is 54. I thought I was going to be much higher than that, but the fact of the matter is I won the question, so I'm still not changing that queen. I'm still going to go lower, and I get it right. Let's go lower again. And higher. I'll freeze. Okay, it is sudden death time. Y'all know how that works. Question goes to Marie. No, it goes to me. Oh boy. We asked 100 male chauvinists. Do you think most wives cheat on their husbands at least once in their marriage? How many say they do think most wives cheat? I don't consider myself a chauvinist, but the answer to this is yes, more often than not. Hate to say it, but yes. So I'm going to say 68. Marie will go lower, I think. For control of the cards? 60. I was right in the ballpark. Alright, so Marie has a decision to make. Is she going to play it herself? No, she's going to give it to me. I'm going lower. I was going to go lower, but I wanted to freeze. I hope that was not the wrong decision. And it is not the wrong decision. Okay. We are now going to game number 3. This is the third game we've played in this live stream, and every time we've gone to a rubber match. This one goes to Marie. We asked 100 people in Blackpool, England, have you ever been in a house that was haunted? How many said they have been in a haunted house? 35. I don't know. I don't know anything about Blackpool, England. Let's go higher. 37. All right. So my base card this time is going to be a 5, and I'm going to change that. Hope for something better. 3 is better. Let's go higher. Oh! I was screwed either way. Marie has a 4 to play. She's going to go higher and gets a 3. Okay, insta karma. My question. We asked 100 people who lost $1 million in a business venture. Did you inherit the million you lost? How many said they did inherit the million? I think a lot of millionaires are self-made, so I will say 24. And Marie says higher. The number of people who lost $1 million in a business venture who said they did inherit that $1 million was 9. I didn't think it'd be that many. Okay. let's not change that card. Let's go higher than that 3. 7. Let's go higher. Ah, it's a 6. Marie's going to play off that 4. Gets an 8. Goes lower. Goes for it. Oh, my goodness. For the win? Can you believe that? That was gutsy. And that is the game. And I am back to a big old 0. Oh, well. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Played 3 games, had some fun, and you learned a little bit about me. And we will, if depending on the reaction to a live stream of Cardstructs on DOS, let me know if you want me to keep doing this. We will continue with the Deal or No Deal stream, of course. We'll also continue PokerStars on KKS. So until next time, from Ohio's Mahoning Valley.